Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Some of you are back. Good to have you. It's our noon o'clock session. Q&A time. Nutrition education, behavior modification, personalizing your Shibboleth program. Whatever my wonderful Shibboleth family needs, we're here to provide. Keep you moving in the right direction. Losing that weight. The most important thing you could be doing outside of giving your heart and life to Jesus, taking care of your temple would be next. Good to have y'all. All right, we're about to get this started. Welcome. Good to have our folks on Facebook. Good to have you in the Zoom room. Prefer you to be in Zoom room so we can give you a class attendance badge. Welcome. Hope y'all are getting your class attendance badges. If you don't, let Lara know. Lara works on that for us. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. My name's Travis Martin. I've lost over 100 pounds on the program, come off all prescription medications. Program's changed my life. It's been the honor of a lifetime to help people get their lives back in Jesus' name. It's a journey, and I appreciate being a part of your life. We've got three types of members here. Excuse me. We've got our free community members. We've got our lifetime members and our partners. Special thanks goes to our lifetime members and partners. You make a way for Sasha and I to dedicate our lives to this and to maintain our team. We're known for our support. We feel like that is the best thing that we can do for people, not just the education, but support their efforts, especially for those that have a little support. So we really want to support your effort. I can't do that without my team. So thank you, lifetime members and partners, for making a way for us to exist. Really mean that from the bottom of our heart. All right, let's get started. Hello, Marlene on Facebook. Good to have you. Sherry says, thanks for making my morning walks productive and motivational. My pleasure. Thank you. Thank you for being in class today. All right, let's get this kicked off. Any questions for me? Nutrition education, behavior modification, meal ideas, whatever you need, old Trav is here to help you. Make 2022 your best year yet, and the rest of your years the best of your years, like Tabitha's doing. Like Diane's doing, like Chris is doing, like Charles is doing. Nicole, hey, my friend. I was just educating myself on divine days. Do you still agree those are beneficial? I do. I found them to be difficult for me, which just means that I haven't really spent time developing a why. And that's my fault, not a divine day's fault. Anytime folks can do our program in a way where there's no artificial sweeteners, no preservatives, nothing, no chemical ingestion, you're going to do better. So yes, I'm a big advocate of them. I just really couldn't make them a long-term part of my lifestyle. I like too many sweet things, and I just feel like when I have something like stevia or xylitol or monk fruit, even Splenda, I just don't feel they're doing the damage that you hear out there that's propagated about them doing. I think that's more of an attack on them because of the sugar industry. But divine days cannot hurt you. They can only help you. And I should do them. I should get off Diet Cokes and get rid of anything that has artificial sweeteners. But I just haven't been able to make that a lifestyle for myself. But I'm glad that we have that out there for those that are more disciplined than me. So yes, I do still agree with them. Diane, I know you know the answer to that. You probably invited somebody here and you want them to hear that. Water, yeah, water is very essential. So our bodies, to digest food, to metabolize fat, we must be properly hydrated in order for our body to more efficiently utilize the mechanical and chemical processes that need to take place to burn fat. If you're dehydrated, you're going to really downregulate the amount of fat you can burn, even in a time of calorie deficit. Improper hydration leads to your body thinking it is going through a drought. It is going through some starvation. You need to stay and maintain properly hydrated. It also helps flush toxins. It also helps promote regularity. So we need our water. Our body is made of 2/3 water. The planet Earth is made of 2/3 water. We should be drinking water. So got to drink your water. Water in, fat out. Does it directly cause weight loss? No. But what it does is help us maintain efficiently our body's ability to maintain the right chemical processes and mechanical processes that digest and break down food. So we need water. Sandra, Travis, recently you mentioned a series of fasting in 1 week. I would be interested in doing this during Holy Week. So the way I do my fasting when I fast every day, 16 hours. But a fast that I have found beneficial for both spiritual reasons, times of prayer and fasting, is the following. Get the most out of it from a health standpoint and a spiritual standpoint, at least I did. So you got Sunday, right? And I eat dinner. Dinner comes on Sunday. And then Monday, I fast. 0 calories. Only negligible calories. That's all I'll have, negligible numbers of calories. Now, you could do this your way. This is the way I do it. Tuesday, I eat an approved lunch, an approved dinner. Wednesday, I fast. And then Thursday, an approved lunch and an approved dinner. Then I fast. And then I have my normal lunch and dinner on Saturday. And then whatever type of perfect day I want to have on Sunday. This gives you at least 108. You're getting 108 hours of fasting out of a 168-hour week. That's a beautiful thing. Beautiful for health and wellness. Beautiful for your gut. Beautiful for your immune system. Beautiful for inflammation. Beautiful for fat loss. And really beautiful for the saints to weaken themselves and have to rely on God. When we weaken, when we minimize, He accelerates and increases. Our spirits come alive. It's just a beautiful thing. Prayers are answered. Miracles happen. It's a beautiful thing. So that's what I do. Let me know if you have any questions about that, Sandra. Sonia, I'm having grilled chicken breast, boiled squash, and corn on the cob. Can I have a whole corn on cob or half of it, whole one? If you took the corn kernels off the cob, it would be the perfect portion of a 1/4 cup. We don't eat the cob. We don't eat the shells. When we eat shellfish, we're talking about the meat part. So the meat of that ear of corn, the kernels, if you pulled them off, they'd be about a 1/4 cup. So yeah, you could have your chicken breast, boiled squash, and your entire corn on the cob if you felt you needed it. Would I rather you do half? Yeah, less is always best. Minimize when you can. But if you won't be satisfied without that entire ear of corn, you had your chicken breast and MCT, I hope, boiled squash without any fat added, and you had your corn on the cob. Beautiful, beautiful meal. 1, 2, 3. That's a 1, 2, 3. That's a beautiful combination. Travis, I'm tired of meat. Sometime would like to do it in a way that's good for me and still on the program. Yeah, replacing meat with hemp hearts and hemp flakes is a good way to go. I'd rather see you do that than tofu or plant-based proteins. I'd much rather you go with hemp hearts, hemp flakes. Beautiful, beautiful replacement for meat that's really healthy. hemp hearts, hemp flakes. You can't really find anything bad. They're low toxicity, high in protein, high in fiber. You can live off of hemp hearts. If you had no other food source on the planet, all you had was hemp hearts, you would thrive. That's how healthy they are. How do I rank TVP in the place of meat? It falls way short. It does, unlike many plant-based proteins, it does have all of the essential and non-essential aminos. It's the only plant that does. Soy. Soybeans has, believe it or not, they're modified, so that makes them bad, but they have all of the amino acids, all the essential and non-essential aminos. So TVP is fine, but soy can disrupt your hormones some if you're over consuming it. As y'all know, I'm in favor of divine days as it relates to having a plant-centric day. You can have a plant-centric day, but the main thing about divine days is to eliminate all artificial foods and chemicals, and you're really limited as to what you can eat. But it's not necessarily a vegan day. It can be. That's where we would have a vegan day, and we would do it the right day here on Planet Shibboleth. And textured vegetable protein would be a good meat replacement if you're just tired of eating meat or don't believe in eating meat. Some people, we're really trying to get back into that and embrace it for our clientele, because we have a lot of people that just feel it's inhumane. But in that case, we need to talk about monocrop agriculture, because that's a huge issue, and more animals get slaughtered because of monocrop agriculture than, I mean, how deep do we want to go, in that discussion? But I look at it from purely a health standpoint. If I felt that eating plants was healthier than eating animals, then that's what I would do. I'm just not of that mindset. I feel like we need balance. We need the phytochemicals and phytonutrients for our immune system that come from plants. And we need amino acids, and the most absorbable amino acids are found in animal products, and we need animal products. I believe in a balanced approach to this. So if we're looking at 96% lean ground beef that was grass-fed beef compared to Bob's Red Mill TVP, there's no comparison. You're going to be much healthier eating that lean ground beef or steak or pork tenderloin or wild boar. You're going to be just a lot healthier than you would be if you were living off of textured vegetable protein. But for those of you that feel meat is not the way you want to go, TVP is a great protein replacement. Hemp hearts, hemp flakes, a great protein replacement. Hemp powder, you can go chia seed. Chia seed is a good meat replacement. Flaxseed is okay as a meat replacement. So there are options for you there, Nicole, if that's the route you want to take, and I'll support you in your effort to find more stuff that you like. Yeah, steak is the bomb. I mean, steak is it's one of the most beneficial foods that we can consume. I hate that it's gotten a bad rap due to, the political environment. It's really good for us. Anyone else? Any more questions? What about spirulina and chlorella? It's good for you, good for digestion, good for your cellular health, good for your immune system. So I'm all for it. In fact, I think my Advo Greens has both of those in there. I consume that daily. Big believer in those, but more for wellness, obviously. Wellness, not weight loss. Hey, Kim. Anyone else? Any other questions? Nicole, I have my thoughts on BMI, but I'd like to know how much weight you put on its importance, no pun intended. Well, I've actually changed through the years. I used to think that body fat percentage was more important than BMI because someone, let's the best analogy that everyone gives when we talk about BMI, because most charts say that I am overweight, even though most people are telling me I'm looking underweight now. And that's because of BMI charts. When I go to my heart doctor says, you're still overweight based upon your, BMI chart. You've got more to lose. So if we're looking at the percentage of one's muscle, I've always preferred body fat percentage, right? Take Arnold Schwarzenegger. In his heyday, he would have been considered obese, but yet it was because he had a elevated BMI due to all that muscle that he carried on his frame. So somebody with an endomorphic shape is going to struggle like me. I'm an endomorph, maybe mesomorph, but probably more endomorph than mesomorph. That's about the size of your bones, your bone structure. So if you take Arnold in his heyday, he was probably less than 10% body fat, all muscle, but he was high on the BMI chart, body mass index chart. So you really couldn't pay attention to a BMI chart if you're athletically built and were carrying a substantial amount of muscle on your frame. Even people that were, by appearance, fit, muscular, would be considered overweight if they were looked at in relationship to a body mass index chart. I've since changed my tone on thinking it's a bad way to go as far as assessing where you need to be. I think it's actually a pretty good way to go, simply because all statistical evidence that we have demonstrates that people that are low on the BMI, body mass index scale, regardless of their appearance, most of the time look too skinny, to be honest. They live longer lives. They have a longer life, better quality of life, less cognitive decline as they age. What we're discovering is fasting and less food and a lower BMI contributes to longevity. So I've come around on that. There are many studies that show people who carry too much muscle, they don't live much longer than those who carry too much fat. It's kind of crazy, but it's true. So I'm not sure where you wanted to go with that discussion, Nicole. I'm happy to relook at it with you if I went down the wrong path with you there, but I suspect that that's what you were concerned with. Is BMI, if I have a larger frame for a woman, is BMI what I should be looking at? Because it shows that I'm way over where I need to be, because it shows me being right in the middle of where I need to be now. But I want to look fit. I want to look muscular. But when we're talking about longevity, the lower the BMI, the longer we're going to live, statistically speaking. Jessica, if you are only having smoked white turkey franks, how many can you have? If they're approved, as few as you'll have. You knew I was going to say that. As few as you can get away with. But I would say 2. I would say you never, even if you can, do you really want 3 weenies? Do you want 3 franks? Let's go 2 or less for a meal episode. Karen. Karen Klein. Hey, Karen. What approach would you use for someone that doesn't need to lose weight but would benefit from intermittent fasting for health reasons? What approach would I go for somebody with intermittent fasting? I think I would tell them to do what I do, because I think that it is the healthiest thing for me, and that is a 16-hour daily fast. That would be my approach, 16 to 20 hours. Again, I know everybody can't make a lifestyle out of that, but if one was just wanting to fast for health benefits, always control insulin. We know that higher levels of insulin lead to mitochondrial death, which leads to premature death. So less insulin, better mitochondrial health. So that's number one. I would tell people who are just doing this to be healthier, control that insulin with food combinations. And then next, fasting. Fasting. So important. 16 to 20 hours and stopping your last meal of the day as early as you will. Going to bed on an empty stomach where your stomach has released its contents into the intestines is ideal. We don't want to sleep like I have been lately with gut in the pocket. We don't want to food in the pocket of the gut. Don't want to do that. But that would be my approach. 16 to 20 hour fast, control insulin for better health. And lately I've not been doing as good a job of it. And I'm telling you, it makes a difference. I wear this Whoop strap, and eating late like I've been doing lately has got my recovery down from the green to the red, and that ain't good. But it's because I've went to bed with food in my gut, not my intestines, but my stomach. And that's not good. Never healthy. Does that make sense, Karen? Amanda, can I do a low carb version of this diet? I don't do well when I consume a lot of bread or grains. I am gluten sensitive. If so, would I need to increase my fat intake? Yes, red column. The way you want to go is low carb. Then this column right here, red column, is low carb. Your category 2 is only fibrous carbohydrate. Fibrous carbohydrate, hemp hearts, hemp flakes, very beneficial, very low carbohydrate if you deduct the fiber from the carb total. So I would stay in my red column. Do you need to increase your fat intake? Not necessarily, but if you do, add MCT oil. MCT oil will give you the energy, that energy that you would get from a carbohydrate without the insulin impact. So yeah, it's easy to follow Shibboleth and do Shibboleth low carb. We never want you to eat bread. We never want you to eat grains. Never. We approve of them to make the program practical and sustainable. And then we tell you what to do in the event that you desire them. You'd want some corn. Here's how we would have corn without the adverse impact from the corn. So even if you want to live low carb, it's really good that you know and understand, if you're in a situation where you got to eat carbs, how to eat them and kind of offset the damage that they do. There's supplements that help offset that damage. And then there's the proper food combining with protein and fiber with your carbohydrate and fruit that will help you. But we wished our students would never eat grain. Never. There's no such thing as a good bread. We only approve certain breads to help our clients navigate through this lifestyle in a practical, sustainable, and fun way. Karen, should they have more category 4 and 3 to prevent weight loss? I'd have to know what the person was trying to accomplish. If the concern here is they're going to lose too much weight following Shibboleth, what I add, if I've got somebody, I've dealt with underweight people who are anorexic. Believe it or not, Shibboleth can be custom tailored for anyone. So in that case, I would never have a 4 and a 3 together. But let's say that someone is having 3 eating episodes a day with Shibboleth and a snack a day, and they're still losing weight. I would add back fruit as a freebie to slow that weight loss down, but not juiced fruit, the whole fruit with the fiber, an apple, a banana. So those kind of things as a snack by itself, or even as a freebie for those who are still dropping weight, could slow that weight loss down. But Karen, if I know more, if you want to private message me and we need to talk about that person's real situation, we can come up with a tailored solution for them. But yeah, adding, when you add apples and oranges and grapefruit and berries, you're getting a little bit of an insulin spike, which works against our long-term health and our cognitive function. insulin works against us on so many levels. Once we stop growing, when we become an adult and we stop growing at around age 28, then insulin works against us. So controlling insulin, if they're still losing weight and they just don't need to lose any more weight, we can work it out. We can figure it out. Maybe some more good carbs, not necessarily grain, but limas and peas and tomatoes and sweet potatoes are really good to slow things down without getting too much insulin spike. If they need to gain weight, Karen, what we're looking at is, if let's say that they're going to choose to do a 16-hour fast and they need to gain weight, take the weight they want to be. Let's say they want to be 200 pounds and take it times 12. Okay. So follow the program as it relates to controlling insulin. And this person here would be needing to get in 2,400 calories a day. And I would do the blue column. And if they can't get 2,400 calories in a day in an 8-hour eating window, go to a 12-hour fast. A 12-hour fast, blue column meals, and get 2,400 calories a day. You should see slow quality weight gain, not just bad fat gain. Does that make sense, Karen, what I put on the board? I'm going to go on to the next one, and I'll look for your message. Sonia, so the Ole Wellness tortilla better, or is that counted as a bread? It's a bread. Bread makes you dead. Bread is not good for us. No bread. There's no bread that's good for us ever. Not homemade bread, not processed bread. No bread should be the policy. But this week, I had a hamburger. I had a hamburger on the grill, and I used approved bread. So would I have been better without the bread? Yes, but I wanted a hamburger. So knowing what to do in that situation helped me. I hope I'm making sense. I offset some of the damage it would do because I eat lean meat and I had the right bread product. Absolutely, Karen. Happy to help. Yeah, this would be just in a kind of a knee jerk. This is where I would go. If it's who I think you're talking about, this is where I would go. And you might want to do a 12-hour fast, but that means absolutely no calories. And then that blue column and get up to 2,400 calories. If it were me, that's what I would do. But I would actually try to do it with a 16-hour fast, and I would try to have a couple of large meals. I don't know if he likes steak and stuff like that, but what he wants to be getting in right now is all of the essential and non-essential amino acids. So he could eat 2 steaks a day if he could afford it. Got a private question. I have been doing Optavia and it was working, but I need regular food. I have a lot of their products left. How can I use these on Shibboleth? I know nothing about Optavia. I recently heard about it for the first time. A client of mine said that he was doing both Optavia and Shibboleth successfully. And I said, well, that's fine, but he really wanted me to start preaching about the benefits of Shibboleth coupled with Optavia. I have no clue what it is. I don't have any, no offense, I don't have any desire to know about it. But what I can say, if they're promoting products, see, y'all understand this program changed my life. I'm all in. I don't need to mingle it with anything else for me. Y'all understand why I'm that way, so you don't get mad at me? It saved my life, and I believe God give me the program. God, you may not feel that God gave you the program. I wish you did. I feel that way, but you may not feel that way. It may just be another program to you. But to me, when people get, not this person at all, sometimes people get frustrated with me because I'm not open. I just do this. I'm just not open to hearing anything about any of that. Why would I be? I could care less. This program works for me like nothing else has ever worked for me. And there's nothing that I cannot have. There's nothing I can't have. God give me liberty. God took this program and gave me restraint and liberty at the same time. If that's not a beautiful thing, there's no way I could have come up with this by myself. No way. He gave me a program that set me free and restrained me at the same time. So let's take Octavia. I don't know what it is. But if they have foods that they're selling, meals that they're selling, dehydrated meals that they're selling, I bet you we can make it work on Shibboleth. So if you don't mind, anonymous question, if you don't mind going to the We Fixed It group, is Joni still here? Yeah, Joni, would you post here in the thread for everyone the We Fixed It group? And then what you can do, anonymous person, you can take a picture of the front of whatever product it is and the nutrition label and put that in the We Fixed It group, and we can tell you how to have it on the Shibboleth program. We are no respecter of people's products. If it works, it works. I don't care who's selling it, or if the product works, it works, and we will approve it or disapprove it based only on its nutritional profile. So I bet you can make it work. I don't know what it is, so I just want a disclaimer first. I don't know what it is. Hope that helped. I got it. So next comment from Anonymous. I agree. I don't want to do Octavia. It's not healthy. Lots of soy. I just wanted to try to use yes. Now I do want to agree with you that if you've got it in inventory and it's not harmful, let's make it work so you don't waste your investment. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that. And if you can put it, Joni put over here the We Fixed It group. And she's also saying, by the way, see, thank God for Kim Shibboleth, who is the food library guard, the watchdog. She's already put some Octavia products in there. So some of yours might already be in there. Thank you, Lynn Eldon. Didn't see you. Good to have you on Facebook. Love you, sis. Love you so much. Thank you for your kind comments. That means so much, Lynn Eldon, coming from you. I highly respect you and what you do for your community, for people. You're just an amazing woman. You're definitely one of Sasha and my role models. We love you. Thank you for your kind comments. Judy, can we talk about filling soups that are approved? Sure. Can you lead me down a path of discussion with soup? Are we talking recipes? Are we talking canned soups? Do you have specific questions about soups that I can address? Soups are allowed. We like soup. The only thing I would caution you from a behavioral standpoint is this field comment. Can we talk about filling soups? I understand we want to feel filled, but let's change that to feel satisfied without being filled. Now, again, it's just a play on words, but I don't ever want to feel filled. I don't ever want to feel full. And besides, when the zombie apocalypse comes, you won't be able to get away from the zombies because you'll be filled. You won't be able to run. Canned or tomato bisque. Okay, so you can't just have any canned tomato bisque, and you can't have just any brand. It has to be nutritionally correct. I'm not sure what we're going to find. I have health-wise tomato bisque in my pantry. Let's go see if we can find anything in the library. And if you have specific questions, please continue the discussion because I'm just kind of out here flying blind right now on this question. So tomato bisque, let's see if there's any in here. No results. So let me put in bisque. Try some different combinations of words. Campbell's butternut squash bisque. Kettle and fire mushroom bisque. Not finding it. Let me type in tomato soup. Creamy tomato soup, Progressa tomato basil soup, Healthwise high protein, Campbell's home style tomato with basil soup. So Healthwise soup is my go-to. They have a tomato soup that I use. Still not sure how to address this specifically. Campbell's Homestyle Healthy is a tomato soup, but not a tomato bisque. It looks kind of bisky to me. I think bisque refers to the viscosity, doesn't it? Not sure, but here's something that looks a little bisky, and it says you may have 1 cup of 2 to 4 ounces of category 1 or category 7 lean protein meat, or 1 slice of approved cheese toast. Oh, you could do that. With any of those tomato soup options, you could add a lean protein to allow yourself to feel more filled. Am I going down the right path? I feel like I'm just grasping. Help me address you more specifically. Nicole says, I'm surprised how satisfying the Healthwise soup has been. It's not thick. We think of like a filling type soup, but it is delicious. I agree. Oh, okay, Judy, that was you. Okay, Judy. Those all sound, yeah. So like with this soup or Healthwise soup, I could have an approved grilled cheese. I could have a piece of grilled chicken. So several things I can do there. I could use this in a recipe. There's a lot I could do with this soup. It's a perfect pairing soup. We just don't want to eat it by itself, whereas the Healthwise one, we can eat by itself. What would be the difference there? This one's going to be extremely low protein. There's only 3 grams of protein here. Let's go to the other one. Healthwise soup. It's going to have 15 grams of protein. Do y'all see the difference? Healthwise has 15 grams of protein and the Campbell's had 3. Big difference. So we're going to get a much slower blood sugar rise, better muscle sustenance. So good stuff coming from better muscle preservation, I should say. Anybody else? I love helping. Let me help you. Don't sit out there afraid to ask questions. Are all hearts and minds clear? We will have our master class tonight, Lord willing, around the 8 o'clock hour. We'll be doing recipe conversions in the master class, and then I will determine if we're going to have enough interest to do another master class. That'll be coming up soon. Our master class folks this round done even better, if that were possible, than the last master class group. So great stuff. Good to have you, Sandra. Brenda, thank you. Appreciate y'all too. Are y'all finding that the 11 o'clock and 12 o'clock sessions are a really good fill-in for the gaps that, so you go through fast track and you're learning the basics? Are these good supplementary companions to the fast track? Does it help you fill in some gaps for you? Good. Awesome. Well, everybody stay safe out there. Look up. Look up. You know where our help comes from. It comes from above, comes from all around, doesn't it? Holy Spirit is above, below, inside of us. Though I make my bed in hell, you're still with me, God. So God is everywhere. So he's where our help comes from. So today, when you're tempted, look to God and God will help you. Don't forget, we're still in need of many partners. We need about 3,000 partners. We've got about 40. So we need a lot more in order to not see any downgrade in the services we offer. We really need you, and hope you'll pray about that, becoming a partner at $5 a month or more. You can do that at www.helpshibboleth.com if you're a lifetime member. If you're not a lifetime member, that's the best way to help us become a lifetime member. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, everybody. Let me have one more question before we go. Anonymous, I have 35.4 pounds to lose. What do you suggest that I do to get it off? Does anybody have any? I got to see if my group knows anything here. Do I have any suggestions how this anonymous person that's here, and welcome, we're glad that you're with us. Do you have any suggestions? My suggestion is not going to be the one that is exciting to my anonymous person here, and that is to do the program. Just do the program. The weight will just fall off. It will. I know it's hard to believe. Well, I've been doing it and the weight's not falling off. Then you're not doing the program. Not this person, but whoever. When you're operating in a calorie deficit and you're controlling insulin, the body fat has to go. So to get off 30 plus pounds, we need 5 to 6 perfect days from the red column, yellow columns, and no more than 1 or 2 hollow meals a week. And if you'll do that, you'll reach your goal. Just follow the program in the way that it's taught, not in the way you want to do it. Now, I got a lot of them members too. I'm going to get in trouble. Karen Klein's going to tell my mama on me, but my mama, until about a year ago, she would, no matter what I told her, a prophet has no honor in their own country. She'd do it her way. She'd been in health and fitness personally for her whole life. She had been in it. I remember Mama doing Jack LaLanne and Jane Fonda. She's always cared about her body image, but she's went through some health challenges with a pituitary tumor. And I said, Mama, she said, well, I can't, the weight won't stop coming on. And I said, well, you're not doing the program exactly. And she said, I am. I have a little of this and a little of that. And I said, on a perfect day, you can't. Karen says, your mama has told me many times that Travis was right. I'm only right about this stuff, not about much else. But I finally talked her into having either perfect days or holidays, and to give me 5 and 6 perfect days a week. Earn the right to have a holiday, and let your yays be yay and your nays be nay. It's either a perfect day or it's not. If you so much as lick the cheese dust off a Dorito, that's a holiday. Work hard, play hard. And by George, she looks great. She has figured it out. And you will too, if you'll take my word for it. This is a perfect day. This is not. That's hard to get people to buy into that philosophy. But from a physiological standpoint, that's where the power of our program is, from the physiological aspect, is the perfect day holiday philosophy, controlling those insulin levels. Tori's enjoying the fast track. Awesome. Glad to hear that, Tori. Good to have you a part of us. All right, y'all. We love you. We'll see you next time. God bless you. See some of you tonight and the rest of you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.